Welcome back to Rewatchers Council. It's the Angel Edition. It's a Friday afternoon for some, if you're watching live. If not, it's whenever. Whenever it is. Snark here, pleased to be joined once again by fellow councilman Brennan Marr. Brennan, how are you doing, pal?
Good.
Yep. Yeah, so an interesting episode. Say, I don't know if I would consider this a very good episode. I don't think it's a bad episode. It's it's fine, but we're coming to the end of the season here. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it on the show. But
Mm.
anyways, we'll get into all of that. This one's Blind Date. Again, that's a poor title for it. Yes, I understand that the antagonist is blind, but they don't go out on a date. You know what I mean? Far
Mm.
from it. They attempt to hurt each other quite a lot in this episode. But first off, original air date for this one, May the 16th of the year of our Lord 2000. Written by Janine Renshaw. Now, this is her final episode that she writes. I would say more like co-wrote. She is the only one she wrote by herself. The other three all had a co-writer with it. It's directed by Thomas J. Wright. It's his first. I believe he only has one more after this. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he has a long career in TV and movies. Not only did he direct for The Twilight Zone, Brennan, but I don't know, you know, I may be considerably older than you, but there was a television show after The Twilight Zone that Rod Serling did called Night Gallery.
Ah, yes.
Night Gallery, there's always a painting or whatever, a picture, and that's going to be part of the story that Sterling's going to tell you about. Anyways, he was the one who drew and painted all those pictures. So there you go. If you think Night Gallery, you've seen his work, his other artistry, I suppose. He's also directed like every single one of Ferris's favorite shows. Everyone. NCIS, CSI, Criminal Minds, The Wire, which I know he really likes,
Mm.
Bones, Castle. He directed Firefly, though, too. So there you go. And they only had a few episodes, for goodness sakes, Brennan. Okay. Coming up to the time to talk about the guest stars. The guest star alert. Sam Anderson playing Holland Manners. Higher up at Wolfram Hart.
Ah,
Buried
yes.
in a long list of credits. As soon as I saw him, first thing that goes through my mind, I don't know about you, Brennan, was that he was the one who had to tell Forrest that his mama really cares about his schooling.
Yes.
And then, yeah, he was Forrest Gump.
And we know how that went.
Oh, sure. Yeah. We all know the sounds that Forrest made afterwards. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Enough about Forrest. This isn't the Forrest Gump Rewatchers Council. You know what I
Mm.
mean? No one here likes Alabama, the University of Alabama, as far as I know. But we are going to talk about Angel. So, Blind Date. Blind Date is the episode, and I know you've long thought of this, Brennan. What would happen if Angel fought Daredevil?
Yes, I was thinking that. Yes.
Also, what if Daredevil was a lady?
Hmm.
Okay. And also, what if the man without fear was a lady and a child murdering monk?
Hmm.
All of us have had those thoughts in their heads since Angel started out on his own this season. So, well, we get the answers to him. Turns out she's a bit of a jerk.
Mm.
Now, it's yet another episode where the powers that be have zero interest in Cordelia. They had to give her this gift, and it hardly ever gets used. Spoiler alert: it'll get used in the next episode. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
We go over to Wolfram Hart. You get to see what's been happening over there. Looks like Lindsay, even though, okay, so there's a courtroom scene. Angels fought the Daredevil lady. Uh, she I guess she's in court right now. She's being represented by Wolfram Hart. It's like how could she possibly do all this stuff? She's blind. She's blind as a bat. Angel comes and throws her at her. She catches him without looking, and
Yes.
everybody else is still like, "There's no way she could have done this. No way." Whatever. Okay, guys, but this is a Los Angeles jury, right? They've been known to do some questionable acquittals.
It's true. It's true.
So at first I was like, "There's no way a jury would do this," and I said, "Wait, a jury in Los Angeles? Yeah, I can see it. I could see it. Yeah, no problem with that at all."
Yes.
Before all that happened, before she even started fighting Angel, the first like scenes or whatever, it's like night. It's like night, like 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock at night. There's some kids buying toys off a man in the street,
Yes,
like
that does
9 year
seem
old
a little
kids.
questionable.
I said something impure about children buying toys from a stranger on a dark street. Yeah, not cool. Also, that guy. Uh, he seemed perfectly polite. He asked the soon to be assassin to just hold on 1 second, please, as he cleans up his toys or whatever off the street that he was selling to kids. But
Yes.
the voice that comes out of him, that does not match up to me. That does not sound like that guy would sound.
Mm.
It's like how Shawn Michaels, as you know, that wrestler Shawn Michaels looks like a little guy, and then his voice is like this. Yeah. That's exactly what I think of that guy.
Yep.
Anyways, what else we gonna talk here? Back to Wolfram and Hart. So Lindsay's grows a conscience about this poor lady. She's their next job is to kill a bunch of kids. He ain't having it. He's like, finally, we found the lawyer's breaking point. Brennan, it's right here. Turns out it's child murdering, and not one. There was a children. Like maybe if it was just one kid, he would have looked the other way. But
Yeah.
there's three. So what are you gonna do now? We go through this whole thing where he's gonna go up to Angel. Angel's like, fine, we're gonna do a heist together. There's a whole bunch of things getting in the way. They have all these, different kinds of demons that sense vampires. So there's this whole scene with Gunn, causing a disturbance, so they can bring in a bagged up vampire. So everyone thinks, oh, it's just this bagged up vampire. That bag wasn't like he wasn't struggling in that bag at all. I thought he looked kind of comfortable in the bag until he's let loose. But uh, I did like how the security guards in that place have like stakes on the end of their clubs to take him out.
Yes.
I thought that was pretty cool. Another thing I think is cool. Not exactly what happened to Lee, but before just that, when they had the what's his name, Holland Manners brings them in. It's like we're gonna have a little discussion with these mind readers. I thought the whole idea of them having mind readers was pretty cool. I think Lila, being very calm and stuff like that was awesome.
Mm.
And then they go after Lee. And it's like we're disappointed in you. Like they're gonna end up killing Lee here, and this is the part where I always remember how he died, but I thought maybe it was Faith doing it in a 5x5. No, it's this. So he just has his guy shoot him in the head in front of everybody, blood everywhere. But the reason why he gets killed is because he was talking to another law firm,
Mm.
and maybe was going to bring over clients. I think it was all bringing over the clients bit that was the line they drew, whatever for poor Lee. Of course, they know also that Lindsay has helped Angel steal a bunch of discs, and this super. Okay, let's say you have a vault, all right,
Mhm.
out in your palatial Mount Brennan. It's got a
Mhm.
nice little vault happening there. The one thing you probably don't want stolen probably shouldn't be on like this presentation easel.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? why don't we make it a little easier? But I thought it was fun that Angel had no idea why he wanted to take that, and still didn't. When he got back, it's like, oh, you wanted to take this? Yeah, why? He's like, I don't know. I don't know. Just needed to have it. I get it. All right, that's cool. Yeah. Now we learned that this thing that he stole is going to be called the Prophecies of Aberjan. Pretty fancy sounding.
It sounds
Now,
like aubergine, what the
yeah.
British call an eggplant.
Ooh. Oh yes, an aubergine. Very nice.
Mm,
Very nice. Now, some of the writings in this thing is 4,000 years old. Not
mm,
all of it is human, but they discuss there's Angel. They're going to talk about Angel being prophesized in this thing because he is the vampire with the soul.
mm.
It's like he's not mentioned by name, of course, but there's no way this can be anybody else. On Angel, he's world renowned as the vampire with the soul. Well, more on that, as we go on here or whatever. I really like in the episode the little sit down that Lindsay has with and at the sorry Holland at the end of the episode. This is when they're talking about Lindsay's crisis of faith. He wants him to maybe take a couple of days off,
Mm.
or maybe he should nod to his buddy and put a bullet in his head. Like, you don't want that to happen, do you? That entire, just how almost like fatherly the talk is with Lindsay, considering what Wolfram and Hart is. I thought this was a fantastic scene. It really did save the episode. Every time that Holland shows up in this episode, it's fantastic. Yeah, he's a terrific character. I wish there was a lot more of him on the show. But anyways, uh, the fight at the end when Angel has its second crack at Daredevil Monk Girl.
Yes.
I like it. I like it. The holding still and stuff like that. I don't know. Like she sees. You're supposed to see with her heart. Something they said. Like she blinded herself so she could see with her heart because she's so pure. She's reached enlightenment. Uh, but it almost feels like that's like a heat readings that she's seeing, right? I don't know how that
Yes.
would. I don't know how that would work with a vampire.
Yeah.
Famously, not warm blooded.
Yeah, well, try to make sense of it.
Yeah, this is what we're here for. When we do here at the Rewatchers Council, make sense of things, or pretend we made sense of things and take the win. It's all about taking the win, Brennan.
Yep.
I'm pretty excited about taking that win. Now, for all the good that Lindsay's done in the episode, it turns out at his heart, at his cold, dark heart, he's still a lawyer, which means bottom there. There's vampires with souls. Even if, and then lawyers are on that same kind of level as vampires without souls. They're on that same kind of thing. They're all kind of bloodthirsty. At least they're making it on the show. A little bloodthirsty. All about taking the wins and stuff. So Lindsay had a bad up. I'm guessing at one time very, very poor. We find out two of his siblings died come flu season. Like
Mm.
it's almost like he's talking about he was in the Dust Bowl or something like that. In the 1930s. This is probably the 1970s. It couldn't have. It wasn't that bad. I don't remember anybody dying like that at any time in my life. Maybe I'm Canadian. Maybe I'm being a little privileged by saying that. You know what I mean? Maybe it happens all the time, but yeah, I'm two gone come flu season. I thought was all right. Whatever. You could have said starved or something like that. Would have been harsh and stuff too. But we see that he's gone back to Wolfram Hart. We've seen that he has a nice little promotion because Holland has moved upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
He's going upstairs. So if you want this great big office and all the perks, it's yours. And he takes it. No, so that's where the difference is always going to lie between Angel and Lindsay. Well, Lindsay's going to take the shortcut. He's always going to take the shortcut. He's a lawyer in soul. But one thing that Holland does tell is you step less than one, and he can count on, what did he say, one hand, the amount of people that have ever done that. Speaking of one hand, tune in next week for Two Shots from LA as the next episode from Angel, the season finale. We could give Lindsay a big hand, for Lindsay while we can, while
Indeed.
we
Indeed.
can. Brennan, it was fun to discuss.
Yes, indeed.
Blind date, still awful title, but a fine episode. Brennan, where can people find you here on the Let's Get Ready Network?
You can find me on Blue Sky, Brendan Martin at Blue Sky Social. On Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube at Page Turners They Were Not.
And a boy. That's it for Rewatchers Council this week. Next week on Buffy and Angels, the season finales.
Mm-hmm.
We got Restless over on Buffy. Oh boy. Oh boy. And then we have Tushatsu in LA for Angel. It's a fine episode. Just a bad demon. Like it's just like sticking a mask on a human. I just don't get it. But lots of stuff happened. Lots of stuff that happens that come to the future, and we're only after that an episode away from one of my favorite Buffy universe characters ever. So excited about that. This Monday over on our sister channel, or sorry, Tuesday live on our sister channel, I'll be talking some footy with Adelia. Starting 11's back as the English Premier League. Back in play this week, and I know you're excited about Chelsea season. Brennan, they're doing just fine.
Indeed.
Attaboy. For Arsenal, probably monsters over there. But they're doing fine as well. That's who Adelia and I both cheer for. We'll talk about them, fill in the rest of the news. There's been some news going on in the Premier League. We'll get to all of that this Tuesday. No LGRN after Snark. This week we'll be back closer to the end of the month. Guys, such a treat and an honor talking with you guys. And I would like to say, in the words of our good pal, what's his name again? Holland Manners, in his famous words, have a good night, and we'll talk to you all real soon.
Bye.